It's Sunday Night Live. Hey, welcome everybody. So old Kraken Dated says we've been warned to get out while you can. All right, because I put up the 2-minute warning. I knew he'd be saying something, right? Hey, buddy, how you doing? So I do want to say Gravedigger was #1 on the chat here, and so I'm going to scroll. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? So I want to welcome everybody for jumping on. Hey, Rick Thomas, how are you doing? Camping all out. Say hi to Alicia. Alyssa, Frank, how are you doing? I'm going to scroll down here. We got Roughneck Redneck. Howdy, folks, he says. Hey, Dennis, how are you doing? I got to say that car carrier is working out nice. All right, so I'll get to more of that here in a little while. So Ulrich the Blackheart, welcome. I think they're going to go really, really fast down here. Hey, buddy, 2.0 fan. Hey, big dog, how you doing? Hope everything's going good. I'm glad we had a chance to talk the other night. My honey bear is on. So Lisa is on. Everybody say hi to Miss 2.0. Hey, old grunt, how you doing? And PC's here. My friend 2.0 fan. All right. So Kathy Loves Camping just jumped on. Hey, I just want to say welcome, everybody. And thanks, everybody, for coming on. This is really, really great. We got a lot to talk about and a lot we can't talk about yet because you haven't seen it yet, but it's already been filmed and it's going to be going good. So, let's see, scroll down here. So I do want to say, hey, Gunner 606, brother, how are you doing? I am going to make a quick message up on the chat board or on the banner. So what I want you to do is if you have any questions, just like always, put 3 question marks in front of your question, then ask the question. The only thing that does it helps me to see them scrolling by so fast I can catch those question marks really, really quick and then see them as they're going by. So Alyssa says hi. All righty, that is so awesome. Hey, Tony and everyone. Hey, Dan, how are you doing? Camp Kill 'em All and Bushcraft. And Carl, hey, man, I can't wait till it warms up and I can use those fishing lures, that's for sure. So if everybody doesn't know that, Carl had made me handmade fishing lures, and I have them right over there, but wooden fishing lures, and sent them to me on a mail Monday. Yep, so yeah. So what do y'all want to talk about tonight? All right. I think I got my eyes. JJ Chandler, all right, says hi. All right. So like I said, just put 3 question marks in there. And so what I wanted to start out with a little bit is Thursday night's video. Let's start there. How's that? So obviously, the beginning of that video, I say, all right, so here we go. We're going to get going. And we go and we come back and we grab Camp Hat over there and take him along. It's Camp Hat's back on there. And right now, I'm back in the studio. All right. His studio guy fitting nicely in the car carrier. Well, he's not in there yet, but the car carrier is on the top of the roof, and you're going to see that tomorrow because on Mail Monday, I actually show a picture of what it looks like. But the best way to see it right now, early, like a good preview of it, is to go on our Facebook page and be able to see it there. And I'll put that Facebook up there. No, that's the email. Where's our Facebook page? This one. Boom. Nope. It's a scrolling one. All right. So that's our Facebook family page. So Random Adventures 2.0 family. That is what where you'll be able to find some early released pictures of the car carrier. So you'll be able to see those on there. And I was trying to fit some stuff in there before I let 2.0 Tony get up in there and crawl in and roll around. But we've got to make one more trip before he gets in and we head south. All right. So we're definitely doing that. I had a vision I had with a bat, but he just couldn't see. Okay. All right. So let's say Mark says, did you get your car carrier? Yes. So the car carrier is on the truck or on the Subaru. And man, it looks fantastic. Hey, Hidden Hammock, how you doing? How you going? Tony 2.0, he says, and James Rockford just jumped in. So Mike, answer your question. That video will be coming up. So I did Thursday night's video, and that is video number 6. So I left here to go pick up the car carrier. So such a blessing. It really, really is. Dennis, I mean, your sacrifices and Lou's sacrifices that you both made, so if anybody doesn't know, Dennis had given me and the channel a car carrier. And I was going to purchase one or try to purchase one. They're like $700. And one night we were on Sunday Night Live, and I mentioned that, and Dennis says in the comments, well, I have one that you can have. And then all of a sudden Lou goes, well, I can think I'm pretty close to you. I can come pick it up. And so Dennis is down in North Carolina, and Lou is he's not between the two of us, but what he did is he coordinated with Dennis, and Dennis coordinated with Lou. And then I was on the sidelines watching and commenting too, and then those two made it down and exchanged. They met at a Cracker Barrel and exchanged the car carrier. And I believe you can find those pictures on Facebook family page too. There's stuff that we put on our Random Adventures 2.0 family page that doesn't go on our regular channel or even on my regular Facebook 2.0 page. So that's a community page, and you guys are welcome to post on there, like Hidden Hammock, and anybody that's got another channel, you're welcome to post stuff on their family page, and because we like to all have a place to go to see that stuff. So those two coordinated that they would exchange it. So Dennis drove and then up north, and then Lou drove south. The two of them coordinated. They met together. Lou picked up the car carrier and took it home, and Dennis went back home. And then now the three of us are coordinating, and now mainly Lou and I, to say, hey, what's a good time that works out for you? So Lou was gracious enough to store that in his garage until him and I could work it out. I know I had some things I needed to do before I could actually go, but once I got the green light and the ability to go, we made plans. And we met this past Wednesday morning. Now, I left on Monday morning, all right? So I drove down, and you'll saw that in the video. And if you haven't watched that video yet, watch that travel vlog number 6, and you'll be able to see me traveling down there. And I was planning on just going to Front Royal and kind of looking for the Appalachian Trail parking area, and I was going to see if I could see any thru hikers there. But on the way down, hey, Brittany, how are you doing? I'm going to see if I missed anybody. Shade Tree America, hey, buddy, how you doing? Okay. So on that day that I left, I'm going down the road, and I'm going, man, we got to find a place to sleep. Hey, Green Hubs. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind that I'm going to have to end up somewhere. I thought maybe the trailhead, I'd be able to sleep in the car or get out if it was warm enough. I'd not have to carry a lot of gear in, because I had some gear with me. I had a backpack with the tarp and a underquilt and the hammock, and I was set out to go camp in the woods if I needed to. So when I got down there, it was early. And then I thought, well, the Skyline Drive is right here. So, hey, Scott, how are you doing? And I say thank you very much. And Natalia and Warren, hey, Natalia and Warren, how y'all doing? I enjoyed hanging out with you guys a couple months ago. And Scott, thanks a lot for all you've done. Scott's the one that took me to burn the titanium stove in. Him and I went out to a field and burn it in. He said, what are you doing tonight? I said, well, I got to burn this stove in. He says, can I pick you up? I'll go along with you. So that's what we did. And then Scott also made it possible because he donated on Buy Me a Coffees. He donated twice, 5 coffees, which actually paid for our StreamYard for 2 months, January and February, to open it up that we could have up to 10 people, but also a lot of hours, like unlimited hours, because as you guys know, last Sunday Night Live last week, how many we went for over 5 hours and 15 minutes. Small Plots and I, Kevin. That was a great live. I really enjoyed that, and him and I are looking forward, and maybe even Squib doing a 3-way collaboration maybe once I get back. So, hey, let's see. I want to make sure. Say hello. My fiance and I met you briefly on Natural Bridge. Yeah, we had a tiny dog with the big mouth. Say hi to your dog. Hopefully he's not barking at me now. But that was great meeting you guys down there. And that's some of the things that I want to talk about as we go on through the night. I met so many awesome people, and I have to say early in tonight's live that if these 3 days went anything like our trip's going to be, it is going to be epic. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Well, you don't even have to hit subscribe. Just hit the notification button. You might have to do both. But hit it and follow us along, because I met great people like Brittany and her fiance and their little dog. And we had a great conversation, and thank you all very much. And welcome to the 2.0 family. Absolutely. And so, hey, Mr. Ramos, how you doing? And let's see, scrolling down. Yep. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? So Mary Torres says hi to everyone. Alrighty. And hey, Mary, say hi to Johnny. Johnny's probably stealth watching us, isn't he? Huh? So that trip was unbelievable. I didn't know how it was going to go, but that was my first 3 multi-day trip in the vehicle. So, we've been doing the shakedown runs, and Brittany had mentioned that I was at Natural Bridge. That one's going to be this coming Thursday. So stay tuned for that one, because that is really, really, really going to be awesome. And I can share this with you guys about the Natural Bridge. I find George Washington's initials, and I met Taylor. I don't know if Taylor's going to jump on here tonight either. But if you met me along those 3 days, and you're on here tonight, do like Brittany did and say hello. All righty. So, all right. So, Mr. Ramos, okay. So, when I got down to Front Royal, I went to go to the, hey, Joe Lola. Oh, my goodness, buddy. So Joe is a fellow employee of mine right before I had the stroke. And oh, my goodness, Joe, I think you're within 100 subscribers when I was down in the hundreds. And took him a little while to subscribe, but finally he did. And I'll tell you what, Joe, you've been a great supporter of the channel and also of me personally. I greatly appreciate that. Is watching YouTube camping considered AI camping or all camping? I'm not sure that question, if that's a question for me, old Krakenated. Let's see. So, Joe, I hope everything's going good. I don't know if you've got my phone number, but every once in a while, reach out to me and talk, because I don't know if you've seen, I'm going to be leaving to head west. Yeah. And watch number 5, my back and forth with Studio Tony, when he says, oh, heck yes, young man. I can't do it as good as he does it, but he did that. Is watching, let's see, hi, Camp Killamal, man, Ramos. Yeah, I am really appreciative that everybody gets a chance to say hi to everybody in the comments. That's one thing I really like about coming on with live on Sundays. And I really, really plan on, if I can, I'm certainly going to try to do it while I'm out on the road, because I think that will be just a continuation of what we're already doing every Sunday night. So I did want to make one program change that's going to be coming up, not this Monday. So this Monday, coming up tomorrow, we're going to have one more Mail Monday. All right. I'm going to go away. I'm going to come back. I'm going to check the mail. And if there is something there, I am going to definitely, certainly try. Yes, AI camping, artificial intelligence. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing? And so I will probably do one more Mail Monday, but if not, I may hold off, because I've already scheduled, let's see, video Thursday, Monday. So Monday, I am going to start putting travel vlogs on Mondays and Thursdays, because we're already used to having something on Mondays. And I'd love for us to have that opportunity to still something to look forward to on Mondays. And so I'll be posting Mondays and Thursdays will be travel vlog videos. Now, I'm still undecided, because I know I am going to be doing some, stealth camping involved with that too. So I may, I don't know. That's why it's random, but I'm trying to keep the scheduling of things unrandom. Hey, Darlene, how you doing? Hey, Lou, man, I'll tell you what, when you see that video, when Lou comes up now in the filming process, you actually have to do some planning, set the cameras up and stuff. So, so when you see a video and it's the intro and you see all these shots, and then all of a sudden you see me wake up, I'm going to break it to you. I was awake already and had to set up and film that. Then I went back and I went to sleep, and then I woke up. But Tuesday, I got to the place where I stayed, where I was going to meet Lou the next morning. And so that's what takes place on Tuesday. And I'm going to get back to Monday here. But just when you see that Tuesday or that video, which that's the one I've got scheduled for March 7th on a Monday. All right. So that video will be the third day of the trip. And that's the day I pick up the car carrier. And I finished editing the video, and on the road, I've got to upload. I mean, I can't store more than 2 days worth on my phone. But what I've been doing is, once I say pretty much good night, that we're where we're at, and I film that part of it a little bit. Once we're done, I start editing, and then I pull it off. And I'm going to just show you this here real quick, because I want to just kind of let you see this stuff. So I have this cable. All right. So this is a USB on this side. Get focused on there. All right. And then this is a Type-C on this side of it. All right. So if anybody wants to know, I do have this on my storefront, Amazon storefront, and I believe in electronics. So I use this cable, and then I have a storage device. Okay. So this is a storage device. All right. And what I do is, because this end is just a USB, like if I was going into a computer, well, you know what a USB looks like. I don't know. I'm holding that up. But this is a USB side. This doesn't fit my phone, because I don't have a USB cable on my phone. I have a C-type cable. So I got this cable, and I learned this from Jay Wanders Out, except for he had a second one that came out. It branched out this way. He had two, so that he could actually charge something up while he was doing this. I only got the one. Oh, no, wait. I think it had it had an SD card reader on the side. That's what it had. Hey, buddy, Dave's on. All right. Hey, John, how are you doing? Let's see. Oh, Jeep stuff. Boy, I was yapping, and I missed a whole bunch of stuff. All right. If I didn't say hi to you yet, hello. All right, I'm sorry. But remember, put the 3 comment question marks up. Hey, Drew, how are you doing? Hey, Tony, loving the blue. Oh, yeah, the blue floppy camp hat. Yes, this one I don't have broke in as much. And I wear a lot of green. So, but I thought I had gray. Oh, wait, let me show you my shirt. All right, this is the quick shout out to Stealth Camping Alliance. All right, this is my Here We Go shirt. And this is in the merch shop. It's in my merch shop, and that's on the description of every video. But what I do with this in the car, okay, I go ahead and I hook this up. Then this end gets hooked up directly to my phone, and then this fires up. So it's a storage device. I should probably do a video sometime for anybody that kind of wants to know how I file my stuff on this. Now, I used to before I had this, and I ran out of storage on my phone, I would just throw it away. That was in the early days. And part of the reason why I would throw it away is because I needed to make more space. But then I started learning that you can store it. And I thought, well, I felt bad about Hidden Hammock, sweet shirt, right? Okay. Did you get that Hummer fixed? Okay, yes. The Hummer's fixed. That's one of the reasons why I was coordinating with Lou when I could actually go and leave. But let me get back to that Lou thing too. Man, I'm jumping all over the place. But so until I got this, I used to throw a lot of stuff away. But now what I do is once it goes on the storage, I make all the unedited pictures and videos that I shot is in one section under a title. And then under that, I make a whole new file in that file that says full episode. And then from my power director, it's the full episode. And I was thinking about it the other day. It's a good thing that I'm saving them, because if anything ever happens with YouTube, or say another platform comes out where I can upload, all right, new content, I've got years, well, not years, but a year and something of full length videos that all I got to do is add a thumbnail to and throw it up on that. So, but yes, we did get the Hummer fixed the other day, and it was such a blessing, and what a great mechanic. It ended up having a few more issues, but it's all done. Missed 2.0's driving it, and there was actually something wrong with the one cylinder, because that's a 5-cylinder vehicle, and it's always run rough ever since we've got it. And it would kind of be really slow and stallish at certain times, or you sit at a red light and it would be missing. He identified the problem on his computer and stuff, and he went and he fixed it. And he said, it's going to purr like a kitten. And I'll tell you what, it certainly does. It is smooth, right on, if you're still on here. Okay, RNRB Chronicles asks, when are you going to shave that beard and show us your baby face? Laugh out loud. All right. Gee, you know what? Maybe, you know what would be interesting? It's finally gotten past that point where it's like, it's kind of growing on me. I don't know if it's growing on you guys, but it's literally growing on me. So, because, it's attached. So, it's dad joke of the night. All right. So we got one now. But I wonder, should I do in the community chat thing, or do a survey? Should I shave the beard down prior to leaving so that we can see it grow as we progress, or do I just let it keep going and let it go? Laugh out loud. How much money? How much money? Oh, maybe we can raise money to shave it off. And I'll shave it off on a live. I'll go down and get the clippers right now. No, just kidding. So, hey, Lynn Ann, how are you doing? Yes, shave, she says. Darlene says no. We got a family battle, a family feud going on here. Oh, RNRV Chronicles is going, yes. You know what? Maybe we haven't done a survey in a long time. Maybe I'll have to do a survey on there. and see how that goes. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to get that Facebook one off of there. And we got, and she says, shave that beard. And then Darlene's going, don't shave the beard. Yeah. Oh, they're all jumping. All right. So, we got another question. And I forgot I can do this. Oh, look at that question. Okay, get off of this. Hide that. All right. So, but I can't see the question very good. Let me get the comments again. All right. So, do you know what happened to Alpine Warrior's channel? Yes, I do. And he is doing great. And I talk to him every day. Yes. So Mike says maybe in the summer shave it. So maybe we have a 50-50, shave it in the summer. Maybe I should do, I don't know. How should I do that? What should I say? Shave, no shave, or at a later time. Shave, but do it later. Hi, Jeanette M says hi, Tony 2.0. Jeanette says, and let's see, how are people across the country going to recognize you if you shave it? That's what I was thinking. So let's see. My husband grew a beard just for our wedding. Oh, that is cool. And kept it for the rest of his life. Yes. Oh, wow, darling. Yeah. 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 Only because I know Doreen's testimony and stories. So that's why I paused there for a second, because for the rest of his life. Darling, I love you, darling. And yes, let's see. Okay. So on Monday, as I was driving, and mine is as great as yours, but I dye it. All right, Mike. Oh, or should I dye it black? No, I'm just kidding. Miss 2.0 won't recognize me, but I did cut my hair, so you're going to see that grow. I'm going to have to take some clippers with me and clip that along the side of the road at a visitor's area or something like that. All right, so on Monday, if I forgot it, was talking about something and I got sidetracked, just throw up a question there to bring me back on track that I was going down a road and forgot. All right. So yes, I'd be sad, Lou. Oh, that's right, Lou. So what I was going to say, so Wednesday's video, like I said, I was editing on here. I just got Tuesday night's video done and uploaded. Once I'm uploaded, I feel comfortable and I can go, now I can go to bed, not worry about it, getting lost or something like that. Or I'll lose a whole day of filming it. It'd be kind of weird, because it would go from here to here and there'd be, where's the middle? And I don't want to have to drive way back and refilm it, even though it might be better the second time. No, just kidding. So James, I want to see what he said. My ex-wife grew a beard to get rid of me. Oh, well, James says, all righty, I got to stop looking over here. So when I went to bed, believe it or not, it was 3:28 in the morning. And I set my alarm to get up early at like 6:30 because Lou and I were going to meet at 7 or 7:30. And I wanted to get up, do a few things like that before he got there. I'm laying there, right? And, hey, I just got notified someone bought a shirt over at Spreadshirt. Thank you very much if you're on here tonight and you did that. That is greatly appreciated. So I was, believe it or not, we reenacted what actually happened because I was sleeping. I mean, that was the best night's sleep I ever had as I was sleeping on that mattress that Alpine Warrior had sent me. That we've got that little mattress in there now, and I'm sleeping on that. And like I said, it was about 3:28 when I laid my head down. And I'll tell you what, it was 3:29 when I don't remember a thing. So it took me less than a minute to fall asleep. Joanne says, shave it. So when I was sleeping, I was dead asleep. And all of a sudden, I hear a knock on the window. And the first thing that came to mind was, Studio Tony, what's he knocking on my window again for? And I was like, oh, no, wait. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's light out. At least it seemed like it was. I see a little bit through the crack. So I reached over. I said, that's got to be Lou. So I cracked the door up and pushed it open. And he goes, hey, he says, you want a cup of coffee? That was the best thing I ever heard in the morning. So I was like, yeah, but we're going to have, oh, God bless you, James. Thank you very much for that $10 for the trip. I greatly appreciate that. And it will be definitely applied, because I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll tell you what I'm doing as I'm going across the country, because I don't want to take my debit card. All right. So, and I'll tell you what I did in amongst that. So yes, Hidden Hammock legend. That's right. So James says, oh, and James, I had an opportunity so just to let y'all know, James is, I got a chance to show another YouTuber this that I met at Planet Fitness while he was, I'll get this the right way. Is that upside down or not? I can't see. Yes, it is. So another YouTuber I got to show this to in the Planet Fitness shower room. I was like, hey, I bet you don't have one of these. And he's like, oh my gosh, what is that? So I told the whole story, and I pulled out the picture, James, and showed him your dad and everybody, your brothers that have all served in the service of Chicago Police Department. And but yeah, that's the first time I got on out of state to show somebody. And yeah, so that was awesome. There's going to be a lot more opportunities, because that's going with me. That stays in my pocket all the time. All right, so one of the things that when he knocked on the door, he goes, hey, you want a cup of coffee? And I was like, oh, back up. We got to do this again. Hey, brother. I said, let me fix the camera and turn it on, and I got to film that. So we did that, and we filmed that again. And then it was really awesome. And I can't wait till you see that video. And it was fun, because I was like, I was a director, but I usually don't direct other people. And Lou, wait till you see our, I said it was going to be really great behind the scenes, because Lou got to see me setting up the camera, talking to the camera, and then telling him where to stand and where to walk into. And, oh, don't forget, you had the coffee pot in your hand, and went back and got the coffee pot. So we did all those things, and we spent time doing that. And then we installed the car carrier, and I don't want to say too much about it, right? So I had to shave mine before bypass surgery, Frank says, due to infection. Yes. Still gone 5 months later, but it is getting further between cutting as time goes on. Yes, Frank, that's awesome. Drew says, do you plan to use your national park membership from your last video when you go west? Absolutely. Oh, man, a super sticker, Lynn. That is awesome. So let me do this. Let me put James up there, up on the screen. And then, Lynn Ann, I'm going to put you up there here in a second. But this is awesome. Really is. It's such a blessing. And but yes, I do plan on using the national park pass as I go out. Now, Jay Wanders Out put something down in the comments about wanting to know if I had an access pass because of the disability. And I said, oh, I didn't know anything about it, because I don't know. It gets you 50% off or something like that into certain campsites. That's what it does, campsites. So if that's the case, man, if I do camp in a national park, that would be awesome. So I am going to check on that next time I am by a national park and I can go and talk to them. Hey, there we go. That super sticker. Thank you so much, Lynn Ann. Really, really appreciate that. Definitely do. And I appreciate your comments too on the videos and things like that. And in fact, all of y'all, I really appreciate it. In fact, I just got finished maybe an hour and a half ago. If you had commented with me going on the road like that and then getting back and running around. Oh, because I had to be back by Thursday morning at 9 o'clock to get my root canal. And I got the root canal Thursday morning. And thank you, Dennis Heisey, who is a subscriber and going to follow along on our adventures. He is just a blessing. He's a Christian dentist, and he's in the same town that I have my post office box. And he did an awesome job of fixing this tooth, and he did so good. I did not even feel the needle going in to give me the antibiotic or the to numb it. He is that good, and he did say, you're going to feel it sore a little bit, maybe in the next couple of days. And I prayed about it. It hasn't hurt since. So that was last Thursday or this past Thursday, and the swelling never swelled up or anything. My lip never even got real tingly. You know how some things get tingly? Wasn't even tingly. It was incredible. So he's a great, awesome dentist, and I really appreciate him. Oh, and I had told him, when I was fellowshipping with him, he wanted to know how the 3-day trip went. So I was telling him with the suctions, but no, it was great. I had a great time talking with him and telling him about all the things that I experienced. And he had asked me if I heard about I think it's Ashbury revival that's going on down south right now at a school. And I said, no, I hadn't heard about that. And but my daughter did mention something to me about it, but she wasn't quite sure. She was going to look it up and give it to me. But him and I talked about that a little bit, and I am looking forward to maybe being in the midst of some of that. Yes. All right. So for the dentist, Heisey, so he got it done, and I told him he knows I was going to be away for 2 months, so he's going to put a temporary filling in. All right. I noticed I said was. So, and then I was going to have to come back. And I said, well, I'm not going to be back for like maybe 2 months. I don't know. Maybe longer, maybe less. I'm not sure. It's going to be okay. And he said, well, so he said it should be. Well, what happened was I had it went so well, the root canal, that he was early still, and he's like, hey, I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and just do that filling now, so you don't got to bother coming back. And when I got out to the checkout, he didn't even charge for that part. I don't even have to go back to get the filling. He blessed me with that, and just all praise and honor to God for that. It's amazing. Okay, so we got a question. I got to scroll back up because I clicked on it, but I can't see it no more. Are you planning on ministering while doing your travel vlog? Absolutely, because I believe that's part of it. Now, you're not going to see all of that, and that brings up a great point. I shared a little bit about a person that I met with a few people that I have phone numbers for and texting, only because it was amazing. Now, she is a part of the Random Adventures 2.0 family. I met her in Roanoke, Virginia, and I don't want to say too much about it, but she has had major, when I say major, I mean major tragedy in her life in the last 18 months. I got lost going to a thing that I was going to do from a guy that I met on Tuesday. And there was, I went there specifically to meet him, but I got lost and I had to go somewhere else. And I call it a divine appointment, because as soon as I got out of the car, Angel, I can say her name. It's Angel pulled up, and she got all concerned. And I don't know if I'm at liberty to share that on here. So one of the things that was on my mind, but I can say that she was in need and God provided. I didn't have. I realized I was coming home. I didn't need any more food. I emptied my car. And we met a need. We met a need. And there's going to be opportunities like that. But I did film her and got her testimony, got her story. And she is part of she's got a flip phone. So I said, any way you can, get onto our Facebook Family 2.0 page and you let us know how you're doing every once in a while. But while I'm driving home, I'm thinking that was such a God-appointed meeting that I've got to have an outlet to share that. So I was praying about it, and I've already started it, but nobody knows about it. Nobody can join yet because I really haven't finished it. You know what I mean? But I have some stuff to go up on it, and I'm going to get a whole lot more to go up on it. But it's going to be Random Adventures 2.0, Prayer and Praise. Now, that's going to be a private group, so you're going to have to ask to join. And it's only private so we can kind of control who comes in. Not that we won't let people in, but there's going to be some questions because it's going to be very, even though it's private, we don't. So I want it to be a place where those that want like prayer and those that are hurting, but also praise, those that have had answered prayers can have a place to go to post that stuff in our community, right? So that's going to happen. That's going to happen sooner than not, okay? But it's all in God's timing, right? So it's all in God's timing. Hey, we got 63 people up here watching. Yes, so I am planning on ministering while doing travel vlogging because I received or accepted a call on my life many years ago and started walking in that. And God is doing an amazing thing. So yes, I am definitely going to. So I am not all the way down to the new comments yet because we got another question. Tony, I got to go help KT with some camera stuff and call you after the awesome show. All righty, Dave. Hey, brother, we'll talk to you later. Yes. And I look forward to talking to you. So let's see. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit more. And I do want to say, T-Bone Tony, Gravedigger says, I'm going to put that up. So, hey, Gravedigger was the first live or on the chats. He goes first. So you scroll all the way up there, you'll see that he was up on your first tonight. Laugh out now, B&B. Okay, wow, I'm really off. So Jeanette M says, are you in Quartzsite yet? Nope, I'm in PA still, but I am going to be going there. That is going to be one of the stops. There was a few things that I need to do right before I leave, like taxes, right? Because what if I'm not back by April 15th? I don't want to file an extension. So I got back on Thursday, got my root canal done, and on Friday, I had to do a few more things. I went with my daughter, Rachel, and it's first time that she was going to get her oil changed in her vehicle. And she's like, Dad, will you come with me? And I was like, absolutely, pick me up. So she did. And we went over to a Chevrolet dealer and we were sitting in there having coffee and stuff. And I had a real great opportunity to meet a gentleman and we exchanged numbers and stuff. And believe it or not, Terry, he is got to hear his story. And he actually came over and not only joined our 2.0 Random Adventures 2.0, but he went on and joined also our family Facebook page. And I got a picture with him. It was really cool. And he is going to be following along on our way out west. And he's done some traveling too. But we had a great conversation. Hey, Pastor Ian, RIG Outdoors, how are you doing? Finally made it. Yes, Hammock Mountain, how are you doing? Let's see, I'm scrolling down. I would love to join that, Tony. RIG says yes. Okay. Yes, once I get that finalized, that is going to be up. Like I said, I'm just trusting the Lord for this, and there's so much prayer. And I know a lot of you have been praying for my safety and praying for me to meet people and praying for me to minister to people. But I was running into people that were praying for me too. It was like so awesome. So awesome. And I met a ton of people. And like I said, if those 3 days are going to be any indication of what we're to expect as we travel west, man, we got an awesome ride coming up ahead. So to answer that question too, I'm not yet in Quartzsite, definitely not, but I'm back here at the 2.0 studio, so have a good look at it because you may not see this for a little while. Because I got the taxes done, so that's out of the way. Oh, and we're getting $18 back. So, hey, at least I didn't have to pay anything in. But because of some of the disability and stuff, I didn't have taxes taken out of that. And but we're still getting something back, right? I said to her, that'll buy a Miss 2.0 a cup of coffee or two. All right. So I do want to say, hey, GM Outdoors, God bless you, brother. That is really a blessing. Thank you so much. I'm scrolling down, so I'm just now seeing it. And I know you had said in a comment, hey, if I'm down in your area, and I was looking at the map. I think I'm going to be, but I'm not exactly sure. My last day, which is Wednesday, you're going to meet somebody on March 7th on that video. That's the video I'm coming home on. And you're going to meet somebody. I was almost out of gas, or running really low, but I had to pee. And I was talking to my friend Dave on the phone, and I said, I'm going to stop at the next rest area. I passed it, and I'm going down the road, and I get off. Well, there's a Shell gas station. I'm going to get off here and go to this Shell gas station. It's like my last shot. And you'll see it in the video. I talk about that place, and I met some really awesome people there, and also the market. I don't know if you're on here, Greg, but if you are, jump on so I can say hi. I met the owner of the store, but later after I was already there. And on a live, I'll share with you what my thoughts were when him and I got to meet each other, and when he first walked up and said, "Hey, are you? This is my store. I own it. Are you YouTubing?" My mind went to, "You're not allowed to do that, or let me see it before you post." And I said, "Yes, I'm just finishing eating lunch." And he's like, "Hey, finally I met a YouTuber. YouTubers stop here all the time, man." And it was great. We ended up talking, man, for about, oh goodness, I'm thinking it was like 50 minutes or so. And I made plans that I'm going to be doing something, and I announced it in that video. So stay tuned. That'll be on March 7th. You will see that. And then yeah, it says, here's about 5 gallons of gas for you. Yes. Thank you so much, GM. And I will be using that gas a lot. But I do want to say that my 3-day trip, now, here's how it goes. I calculated that through gas, and I didn't count the cost of the food I took. All right. because I had already bought that. But I didn't count that. But I believe I spent $169 for the 3 days on gas and buying a few things because once I gave all my food away because I was heading home on this 7-hour drive, I'm thinking when I got 3 hours away and got a little hungry, I didn't eat breakfast that morning. I went, huh, I think I'm getting a little hungry. So you see what I eat. Oh, and it was good. It was extremely good. So that is on Wednesday. Here we go. Like I said, I'm going to be behind on the comments, so I apologize. But I will get to it if you throw a comment up there or a question. But definitely, GM, thank you so much. God bless you. Do you plan to prep out your meals when you travel, or will that be random too? So I won't, it's going to be I can't prep that far. But I did get 3 months worth of prescriptions that I made sure that I've got now. So I'm all good on the prescriptions. I'm all good on the, so I am going to have a certain amount of meals with me. I'll have emergency meals along. I will have my basic backpacking meals. Ramen noodles are so cheap that, if you go back and you watch scenario in the playlist, if you watch in the playlist number 1, or travel vlog playlist, I've now set them up because we've got 8 of them in there, but 2 of them you haven't seen yet because they're not public. But in there, if you look at number 1, that's the scenario where I say, hey, we just came out of the woods and we're out of food, which is going to happen a lot. So, and we're out of food and we've got to go resupply, okay, at the grocery store. So in that video, I went to a grocery store, went in, picked out some food, but I only picked it out for that night and the next morning. But that was just to give you a scenario, what I was going to do. And then I went and cooked it. And then 2.0 found me and knocked on the window and wanted to know if I had any chicken and any dumplings left. So that's that video. So I am going to be making food along the way. And I am going to be buying sometimes maybe 3 days in advance. So I will be doing that as well. You know what? I just realized I'm not going to be able to see if my mic goes scratchy because it does that every once in a while. But so I am going to scroll down a little quicker so I can get down to where the comments are. But let me just look here quick. I don't want to miss a question. Okay. So if my mic is doing fine, I guess, yep. Okay. Okie dokie. So yes, I'm going to be buying food along the way. I've got the refrigerator. I am going tomorrow, though, to the Subaru dealer. So when I got down the front rail, I checked because the battery bank was at 100% when I got down there, and it's running the refrigerator, but the refrigerator was already cold when I put the battery and set it up. And I drove, that was about a 2-hour drive. Then I did some things, charged some things, but eventually when I got back after a 7-hour drive, my battery on day 3 was at, I think, 39%. It should have been charged back to 100% because when I drive, it is supposed to recharge, which it was putting in 75 amps, but I can't see it while I'm driving the meter. And I'm thinking that through talking to a couple people, and I'm going to go check it out. I believe maybe since when I bought the vehicle, I don't know how old the battery is, but someone said maybe have the battery checked. It might be a really weak battery. And oh, wait. Hey, Emma, how are you doing? Let me put this question up. Forgot to, oh, wait, I can look over here. Forgot to ask, do you have a travel Bible? Yes, I do. If not, I've got one you can have. Well, thank you very much. I've got that, and I've also got the daily devotion that Alpine Warrior had given me. So that's also going in the car. Yes, and already in the car, and also Rick and Tanya, the crosses went with me on the 3-day travel. And if you don't know what that is, go back and watch Last Mail Monday. But they sent me a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cross right from Bethlehem. And I believe, yes, Emma, it is olive wood. And that is on in the car. And there's something a little bit actually I did not share that's also in the car that's going with me, and I'll talk about that in 1 second. I just want to read this question. Yeah, James. Yeah, I'd like to take all that with me. So is there a camping meal you haven't made on camera yet that you want to film? I would say no, those are random too. So I don't know what we're gonna eat on the way out there, but I'm looking forward to doing some different scenarios with food and things like that. I don't know. Remember, I'm not going to be doing all the cooking anyhow. So if you don't know what I mean by that, travel vlog number 5, when I break the news to 2.0, Tony. I didn't do that tonight. Tony 2.0. All right, remember stroking. I gotta start using that a little bit more. It is getting a little stiff every once in a while. But yeah, he said he's coming along. He's gonna be Chef Tony. So Chef Tony will be he said he's been working on some different recipes and stuff, but fried chicken. I'll tell you what, I get my beard a little pointer. Maybe I will make some fried chicken, Colonel Sanders kind. Yep. But I don't know how frying chicken with oil in the vehicle will be. So I probably won't know what to do with the hot oil. All right. So, okay, let you go this. Are you going down 81? If so, you'll be going right by me. So I'm going to go down, yes, 81, which I did the other day. I got all the way down to Roanoke, Virginia before I turned, because that's where Lou met me, Roanoke, Virginia. And then I headed back up north. So I'm thinking, I was looking at, there's 2 things now that have come up through this trip that I'm going to be doing. And one of them actually came up before I left the other day. But when I say from the 3-day trip, 2 things that are now pretty much worked out that I'm going to be doing. And one of them is I have to veer off 81. And I was just looking at the map, how far it's going to take me off 81 to come back to. And I might get on to 81 at a different area. I've got to really check the map. But GM, you and I can talk privately, definitely. So give me a call. Let's see, 81 then to 40. Yes, 81 then to 40. Yes. Here we go. Old grunt. Can't remember what I said. That. Thanks, guys. Hey, Jenny, how are you doing? Lou, I'm just trying to old grunt. I'm just catching up. I know I said old grunt earlier, but I like saying that. So if I missed anybody, or I'll tell you what, we got 56 people on here right now. If you are first time on here, say I'm first time, and if you want, say what state you're from or country, because that's happened already too. There's been people from other countries that have been on. So if it's your first time on, say hi, and so that our 2.0 family can say hi back. All right, and welcome you. Any thoughts on making a video of packing all your stuff for the big trip? You know what? I did think about that, brother, and the vehicle is actually absolutely, James. How you doing, brother? So I am going to do a video of the whole car setup once it's totally finished. So I won't necessarily be. Jenny's a newcomer. Congratulations, Jenny, and welcome. So I am going to be doing a. Dave, I don't know. Are you an admin still in this on the live? I think you are. Look around and see if you are. Kind of help with that a little bit. Like if somebody says that they're new or something like that, you can. I don't know if you can or not, but you can replace that. Or if you want to jump on and I can make it in the corner or something, and you have access to all the comments. But if you can do it from there, that's great. So what I was going to do is I was going to make a video of me packing in here, but it's so methodical as I'm packing. And I've got the whole carrier pretty much with stuff in it. And I've still got to pack a few more things, but I don't want to pack. I don't want to pack too much more things because I've got to get a couple more things yet in place, so to say. So that is definitely going to happen. And my thought was I'm going to get the car finished, and then 2.0 fan brother, I am going to do a video of the vehicle because I know I've shown like, hey, here's what I did. Here's what's new. I've done that. But I am going to do a whole video of the car once it is totally set up and we're rolling because I have changed a few things now that we've got the carrier up there. So wonder how many hours now, James. Lose, I don't know what that is. James, that's 156 times. 140 is coming. I-40. This is my 145th first time on here. Laugh out loud, Chicago. Awesome. Well, welcome, James. Welcome. Yes. And welcome, James, from Chicago. Hey, Eva from Virginia. I was just in Virginia. Loving Virginia. Loving Virginia. Yes. And yeah, I was, I don't want to say too much about it, but I love Virginia. Virginia is very, very nice. Virginia is for lovers, right? And so Aaron Brown says, great. I would like to see it completed. Yes. And it will definitely be completed. All right. Watch. Okay. John says, watching from Tennessee, digging what you're doing. Well, thank you so much, John. I really, definitely appreciate that. Oh, it's okay. Dave says, sorry, Tony, I can't promise Katie got to go. Yeah, but I thought you went a long time ago and you were like, oh, she said, no, stay, Dave. All right. Well, we'll say bye again. No, I greatly appreciate that. All right. So we'll see you. So what did you think of the views on that drive down Skyline Drive? That was simply amazing. And there's a few things that there's been comments of. Tony's going to look like a Beverly Hillbillies rolling down the road. Yeah, my beard will be blowing out the window while I'm driving down. No, it doesn't ever seem to get longer than this, but I haven't let it go much longer than this in the past. I think this is the longest I've ever had my beard. All right. So at Jenny D, hey, says 2.0 fan. So when I was on Skyline Drive, I met just a lot of people on there too. And I even stopped the comfort station to use the bathroom and met a young man there who said he was going to subscribe to the channel. I don't know if you're on here tonight. But like I said, anybody that's on here tonight that I met during my travels or have just met recently, jump on here and say, hey, Tony, I'm from so-and-so. I met you here. I know I was telling people when I was at the Natural Bridge, and it's out of the box already, that I was at the Natural Bridge. Now that video is going to be next Thursday. And I know earlier we saw, I'm looking at comments. I get distracted. But I mentioned that I was at the Natural Bridge and I met so many amazing people that morning. And I was telling them, hey, Taylor's on there too. And Taylor, actually, I credit a photo that he took of George Washington's initials. And we exchanged phone numbers and everything else. And we had a chance. Him and I prayed underneath of the Natural Bridge, and it was echoing, and we had tears. It was an emotional time, but we had a lot of awesome ministry going on right underneath the bridge and fellowship that we had. It was amazing. And that's some of the stuff that I'll be sharing on our Praise and Prayer Facebook page. And I don't have a comment up for that yet. That'll be probably next week. I'll have that up. So that's going to be so neat that I was under there. But if I met you under there or on that day, and you're on here, that video is going to come out next Thursday. And jump on and say, "Hey, I saw you." I was telling people, go on and make a comment every once in a while and say, "Hey, I met you at Natural Bridge on a video." Yeah, so really cool. You were in my old neck of the woods near Natural Bridge, says RIG Old Outdoors. Yeah, you're a long way away from there now, aren't you, buddy? Dave Culture says, hey, Tony, I met you. Oh, there we go. Yes, I remember you. Yes. So awesome, brother. Yeah, from Massachusetts. Awesome. This is great. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I am really looking forward to, is meeting people, because it's not about me just going and driving across country and saying, hey, look at this. I believe that there's going to be divine appointments all across the United States, or that I'm just going to cross paths with people and we're going to strike up a conversation. We're going to make friendships, and it's just going to be really awesome. I don't know how it's going to go, but I know a lot more how it's going to go now than I did before I left out of Pennsylvania the other day. But I do want to say, we go through Maryland. I said, I'm going to stop at a rest stop, and we go zip right through it. I think we were only in there for 5 minutes. And then we stopped at our first rest stop, and we grabbed some snacks and then went on down the road. Those breakfast bars were really good. I don't have them anymore. I think that was the only day I ate those. I had a lot of stuff, tortillas. I even had stuff that was open that the Lord was able to provide to Angel, right? And I know she's not going to be on here because she can't get on here because she doesn't have access, I don't believe. But she's had 3 deaths in her family in 18 months. But she is on our Facebook family page. I just welcomed her on there yesterday. So if you go over there and you look down, look for Angel on there, and you can tell her hi. And that you can be praying for her too, because she definitely needs prayer, but she's trusting in the Lord, and she's staying positive, and God is meeting her needs. And we were able to meet her needs on Wednesday morning because, like I said, I got lost. And if I hadn't got lost, right, I'd have never really met her. So I was there to do a video from a guy that I met the night before, and I'm going to say he's not up yet. His channel's not up yet, but he's been getting things together for 2 years filming. He goes around and he camps at Elks clubs, and we met at the Planet Fitness the night before, and I did a whole. We were like, "Oh, you've got a Subaru Outback? Well, I got a Subaru Outback." And we were going back and forth, and I said, "Is it out there?" And he said, "Yeah." He says, "I got running water." I said, "Oh, I don't yet, but I'm gonna." But he's got a full slide-out kitchen. Emma, you're gonna like to see his setup. He is Roof Tent Mike is gonna be his channel name, and I did a whole video of his whole Subaru Outback, the whole thing. And I believe he's heading to Texas right now. When I talked to him last night, he was in Nashville, I believe, somewhere around there. But he's heading to Texas to film about 8 more Elks clubs. There's about 400 of them that allow you to camp on their property. There's more than that, but there's only 400 that allow you to camp on their property for free if you have a rooftop tent. So I was calling Rooftop Tent Mike, and the channel's going to be Roof Tent Mike. So I kept saying Roof Tent Top. And but yes, that video is going to be up on, I believe, the 8th, on Tuesday, next Tuesday, or the Tuesday after next. Sometime, I think the Tuesday after next, I've got that one going up. It's already scheduled. Yeah. So right now there's going to be a few bit of lagging behind on the videos, and they're all going to be in order. Yes. Let's see. I appreciate it. Sounds good, brother. Okay, I just wanted to stick. Good to hear. Yes. And I know you guys are doing this in the chat, but I just want to say my brother, Big Dog. And if you haven't seen his and I video, him and I go camping together, and we talk. It's a fireside chat, and we talk about what he's going through. And yeah, Big Dog, definitely, if you want, anytime you want to go on here and even talk, and or you say yes, you can share with what I'm going through right now, definitely let me know, and I'll always do that. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit now. I filmed for 3 days. All right. So now those 3 days that I filmed for, that is Thursday night's video that we just saw. Next Thursday, now I did mail Monday. Well, I'll mail Monday tomorrow, but next Thursday, there's day 2 of that 3-day trip. And then the following Monday, because I don't know if I'm going to have a mail Monday, because I pretty much said, as far as big stuff, I have all of the big stuff that I need. Now, I know someone just contacted me, and I can't remember the name offhand. They said they own, I think, a coffee company. It's one of our subscribers. He says, "Hey, Tony, I want to get you some coffee before you leave." He owns a coffee company, and he says he wants to mail some. And I said, "Yes, mail it, because I'm going to do something for about a week. I've got to do something to make the car finally finished, ready. And then, so I'll be back here at the house. And then I told him, go ahead and send it, because I will get that before I leave. That March 8th, so Thursday, then Monday videos. Thursday's the Monday coming up is the mail Monday. Then the Thursday is day 2 of our travel to Virginia to pick up the car carrier. Then the following Monday, because I'm not going to have a mail Monday, I've got that one already scheduled, right? So that one's scheduled for day 3. That's going to be day 3 is going to be on a Monday. That's going to be the travel vlog number 8. Then the very next day, I'm going to put Roof Tent Mike's car video up where I do a whole survey and look at his car. I was dying to put that up early, but I'm going to save it because I introduced him the night before out front of the Planet Fitness. And then the next morning I go and meet him. But right before I meet him, when I pull up into the parking lot, Angel comes up in her vehicle and then gets out. And I thought she needed directions. And I just found out so much more. It was definitely a divine appointment. So yes. Did I miss anything? Okay, good. That's what I was looking for, brother. So free to share anytime. So as you know, Big Dog has gone through chemo. So as you've been praying for him, so he did all the courses of chemo, and then it shrank, but it's not as small as what they would be called remission. So they're doing seed chemo. So he has to go, there's 3 of them that he's going to be going through. And when he's going through those, he's already done 1, done 2, right, Big Dog? I believe we talked the other day. You already did your second one. And then he's got 1 more. And then all the testing and stuff. But when he has to do those in hospital. So I believe he's in a hospital as we talked. My memory's just gone, but I think it's 3 full days, or at least 2 full nights and then a day, so they can monitor the seed radiation. Then once the seed radiation is done, and he gets out, then he's got to go in for a treatment labs, and then a treatment shot to encourage white blood cell count. And I remember him telling me the first time that he got that, even his muscles and bones, everything was sore and ached. And the doctor said, "Hey, take Tylenol." Told him to take a good bit of Tylenol. And I believe it was a Clarion, Big Dog Clarion, allergy medicine, because they said that would work. Rice chemo, there we go. 3rd is the 8th. Okay, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Yep, you're a 3-day. 3-day. Yes, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Yes, many, many prayers, brother. And I'm going to put that up here on the screen just so people know. Okay. 2.0 fan asks, let's see. I forgot to ask before, have you ever met anyone who lives in their car or van full time on purpose to save money, or even someone who lives in a tiny house? Nobody that's ever lived in a tiny house. And, my friend Dave and I were talking about this the other day, brother. And if anybody doesn't know, 2.0 fan was here in studio. He's the one that provided the Louisiana Crunch Cakes for our big ball drop on New Year's Eve. So we did the big ball drop. But him and I were talking about the van. I have never met anybody that lives in there full time. But when I did stay in one of the places that I stayed at the night before, there was 2 vehicles that I could tell that they were living in them, I think, full time, but I never got a chance to meet them because they were in late and out early. But I do believe, and it's not saying that I'm not going to meet some, because I believe that I am definitely. But Dave and I were talking about that. What's really big is van life has been very big on YouTube, very, very big on YouTube. However, that was for fun. you know, and with everything that's gone on since 2020 and just the state of the economy and how things are going, inflation, it's no longer fun. And there's people doing it that never intended to. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be very, very conscious of as I drive west. Any opportunity that I get to minister to anyone that's living full time in their vehicle, I want to hear their story. I want to pray for them. If they want me to, I want to share that on the prayer and praise. Because if they say, I want prayer, and they said, yes, put me on there, I want them to come back and give us an update, even if they just give me an update somehow through email or something. But that way I can put it on there. So that I think is going to be a real benefit as we drive out west, because that's going to be an outlet for many of us, to be able to know what's going on kind of through someone else's eyes rather than from the media. Not saying that I'm going to do a lot of talking like that, but you're going to be essentially seeing this journey through my eyes. When you think about it, it's going to be through what I'm seeing and sharing, and what my perspective is, on this angle or that place or this place. And then knowing that he's already answered prayers. God bless you, Frank. Thank you so much for that super sticker. I'm going to put you up here. Oh, wait. Boom. Thank you so much, brother. Yes. And so that's an opportunity that I will be able to, do, and that I'm so excited about doing is, and if nobody knows, Frank is the original recipe for the dumplings. So the chicken and dumplings that I made, the recipe came from Frank on the dumplings. His family recipe, her secret recipe that he said I was allowed to have and share with y'all. So that is in the video. You can find that out, or I can tell you right now. So that is you take one sleeve of crackers, okay, saltine crackers, and you crush them up into a powder. Now you can use the no salt ones too, but I like the salt ones but if you have high blood pressure, use the other ones. Okay, but you crush it and then you turn it into a powder or back into flour, one whole sleeve. And then you add 6 eggs. So it's 6 eggs to one full sleeve of crackers. And then you mix it all up. And if you have to add just a teeny bit of flour, which I haven't yet at all, you get it all mixed up, and then you boil your water, and then you just spoon it in there, and spoon little bits in there because it swells up very good. But it was tasty, and I gotta be careful because I didn't make them again. And Tony 2.0, we're gonna be leaving Studio 2.0 has been asking for them, so I don't know. I'm kind of hanging on to his glasses so he doesn't think about reading something that's got chicken and dumplings on it. But in the video, one of the things that I did have along with, it was an adventure meal. One of the adventure meals, chicken and dumplings. I had that. Did not get a chance to eat that one. That was one of the things that we were able to give away to Angel. Yep. One of the ones we're able to give away to Angel. Yes. That was, it's just, I'm amazed. And let's see. Okay, 2.0 fan. Let's see. Thanks, Jenny and PC. Big Dog says, let's see. If Spam is too salty, slicing it and boiling it for a few minutes helps reduce the salt and doesn't affect the flavor. I tell you, Emma Brown, I'm gonna have 2.0 studio guy who's now coming along as Chef Tony, 2.0 Chef Tony. He's going to be coming along. I might have him reach out to you because you're a wealth of knowledge when it comes to cooking and tips like that. I really appreciate that. It looks great. So I actually have a spam right here. I didn't pack away the food kind of stuff yet, but I'm looking forward to doing this one. I just want to open it. I just can't eat the whole thing. So I'm going to have to open it when I know I was going to be on the road for multiple days. So that's what I'm going to do. Take this along for when I'm off for multiple days. So real quick, bacon. Yeah, bacon, right? So, hey, Steve Cousins, how are you doing? My dad was in the Navy in World War II. The smell of spam would make him ill. There's actually a Christian missionary story. They actually said they used to, when they would go on to an island that had cannibalism, they would actually give them spam as an alternative while they were ministering to them because of the taste and the salt and things like that. I don't know if that's too much information, but it didn't affect me from eating it. I ate some spam the other day, but that is from what I don't know how true it is, but I had heard that it was that missionaries used to give that to cannibalism as they were converted because it was very, very similar to the taste. Phone. Speaker? Mic? Is my mic still doing good, everybody? Because remember, it gets scratchy. What kind of phone? Okay, so that was probably an answer to something that I said. I don't remember what I was talking about. But you will. So one of the big things. You're fine, Tony. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So I guess on a Apple phone, smartphone. Me personally, I use a Samsung Galaxy because if I had an Apple, I'd probably eat it. Let's see. Another dad joke. Mike is good. Thank you very much, James. Never mind, Tony, says Darlene. So no robo, Tony. All right. Hey, KN, did you get a chance to string up that hammock yet that Dennis had sent? And when you do, you're going to have to let us know. Let us know. And I'm thinking, I'm hoping to get out in your area. I know in June I'm going to be going to Clarion. I think Clarion. So I might get out eventually out in that area, and that'd be awesome. No ignore us, Tony. For a moment. Okay, so iPhone. Okay. I guess y'all are talking amongst yourselves and I'm jumping into your conversations. So, but hey, we got 58 people. I don't know how many likes we got already tonight. So if you haven't hit like, go and hit like, right? So one of the things that I'm going to do, I was a little concerned with doing a debit card across the United States. So that was a bit of a concern for me. Because as you travel, you have to use your debit card a lot. So what I did is I thought I would do a Cash App. And I ordered, this was about maybe 3 weeks ago or so. I ordered a Cash App, got it downloaded on my phone, and I can use it from my phone. But then there's an option to get a Visa card attached to your Cash App. So anything that's on your Cash App, you can also use on your card. So, and I got to design it. So it's a Random Adventures 2.0 Cash App card. So it's a great thing because I used that. That's what I used on the trip to Virginia. So any monies that came in on the Give, Send, Go is already on that Cash App card. And that's part what I used for gas. Now, some of those super chats that went in here, YouTube's going to take a percentage and they'll pay me next month for that. So what I'll do is now I know that those funds, once they come in, they come out of my regular account and go into the Random Adventures 2.0 Visa card. That's my travel card. So that's that we do the needs with on the travel. And so what I did, just so you guys know, do I have it on here? Yeah, I do. So I'm going to run that across there. So one of the things that I really liked about the Cash App is YouTube doesn't take a percentage. I don't mind giving a percentage. In fact, I like giving a percentage to the Christian Give, Send, Go, and they do a percentage. Those things, Give, Send, Go, I was able to. I've been blessed on there as well, and people once like several days it only takes, and then you can cash out. So that money's what went down onto my Cash App. So my Cash App is Random Adventures 20. So no point because they don't let you do a point, or I would have. So we'll just have to mentally go point and then not push it. But that is one way to be able to, if you wanted to contribute or do anything, even buy me a coffee, you can go over to Buy Me a Coffee and do that. I do have the Patreon, and I plan to do some different things on Patreon for the Patreon members, and you can become a Patreon member for $1. I know it was mentioned that I should make different levels. If you want to make yourself a bigger contribution than $1, you're more than happy to do that if you want to do more than that. But James says American Express Traveler's Queue as recommended by Carl Madden. Yeah, got it out. But wait. So Kay says, answering my question that I had asked her, Dennis had sent her a hammock, and he had it all set up with Ridgeline and everything. So she says she got it out, but only briefly due to rain. You will have to let me know when you are headed out this way. You should be able to use your card. Just alert your bank. Yeah, I didn't. The reason what made me really think about using the Cash App was about a week before I was thinking of going on the 3-day trip. The bank notified us for fraud for Lisa's Miss 2.0's card, and it was someone tried to charge $281 in another country, and they blocked it, and then they tried to get a hold of us. They got a hold of us and said, yeah, we didn't make that kind of a purchase in such and such a country. That wasn't us. We haven't been out of the country. And they said, okay, well, we're going to have to cancel the card and we'll issue a new one. And until then, you can go into the your local bank and get up a temporary card. And yours will arrive in about 7 to 8 days. So that made me think real quick. If somebody attempts to use my card or hits it, they think it's a fraudulent charge. Even if I notify them and they know it's me, I can say, yes, it's me, or no, it's not me. But if it's not me, they're going to cancel that card. And I don't have credit cards. So if they cancel that card, I might be stuck 2 days without reception. Say I'm up somewhere, and this is how it could happen. This is what I was thinking. I might be, say, $2 up in the mountain doing a filming, no phone reception, and someone tries to hit my card, and all of a sudden they can't get a hold of me, so they put a hold on my whole card, and then I'm stuck No phone reception. Come back and find out I don't have a debit card because someone tried to hack it. So that's why I went on and got a Cash App. That way I can transfer money. I do have a Zelle. That is through my bank. My bank is Zelle. One of the things that I wasn't sure about Zelle was just I know I have it because I used it once, but I do have a Venmo. If you go in the description of my newest videos, I've kind of condensed things. I have like support. So ways that people want to support the channel. And there's those ways of just support. And then there's other things like my store, my email, the address, the post office address, all that. So go and look at it because it used to be this long and now it's condensed. And I'll probably make it a little longer as I do things because maybe I will try to add a Zelle. I'm trying to get everything in order before I go. But one of the things that's nice about the Cash App, I have access to my own bank account through Cash App. So as say like somebody just bought a t-shirt tonight. Well, they just told me earlier today, it's called Stripe. Stripe sends me money from Buy Me a Coffee, sends me money from the sales of shirts. And if you haven't seen this shirt, the Stealth Camping Alliance shirt, if you order a shirt, they pay me through Stripe. So I get these things through Stripe. It'll just come up on an email. Hey, within 2 days, money will be in your bank. We're going to pay out. So those things hit the bank, and I always transfer those. I'm going to be transferring those right into that Cash App card from my bank account because that's the monies that are going to fuel and fund this this trip across America. Wow. I haven't said that. Trip across America. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. So if you want to contribute to the channel or just send me prayers, that's the Give, Send, Go. You'll want to go over to Give, Send, Go. And I don't want to wear this stuff out. I just want to make everybody aware of it. But that's the Facebook page. Okay, Give, Send, Go. So on Give, Send, Go, there is a heart. And I know I've said this a couple times, but you can't say it enough, right? Because there are some people new here. There's a heart on the Give, Send, Go. Give, Send, Go is a Christian's alternative to GoFundMe. So on there, if you just want to send me prayers, I would love it. You can go on there and support me through prayer, and that's by clicking on the heart saying you're going to pray for me. And I plan on starting to put up some testimonies on there too. Like the amount of stuff that I can put on there is like I can only respond so much. Yeah, Zelle is immediately available, James. Just like I think Venmo and the Cash App. Actually, on Cash App, if anybody sent me a text or something like that or email and sent me their contact, it allows me to go on and actually ask for money. So I send you a link. Like say you send me $20, but you don't know how. I actually can send you a link. It's real. This technology is crazy, right? Hey, Running Deer Adventures, how are you doing? I made it. Sorry for learning to tie. Oh, was learning to tie flies. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so that Give, Send, Go is a Christian's alternative, and you're able to just send me prayers and support me through prayer, which is huge, 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 huge. And I love prayers. And that's one of the things that I'm going to actively. Venmo owns Zelle. Really, I didn't know that. So one of the things that I'm going to actively ask you, hey Nitro, is to commit me to prayer. Not just me, but a hedge of protection over Lisa and I, as I travel, one over her. Now, we've had a great time talking about this trip, and after the 3 days, um, she gets hit. She was hit because I'm out ministering. She gets hit, and we had a awesome time of doing some spiritual warfare and just working together and identifying that, hey, we know we're going to, and we've got to be on guard. It tells us to be on guard all the time. So we went on and talked about those things, prayed about them, and I want to ask y'all, any of y'all that want to commit Lisa to prayer while I'm gone, please do. And just to let you know, another thing too, I don't know if you've ever, it was really crazy. This is another testimony. I'm driving down the road and this tractor trailer's passing me, and I look up and I see the side of it. It says, it was an advertisement. And it said 360 Life. And I thought, oh, that's wild. I wonder what that is. And it was on my mind. And then I'm talking to my daughter, Rachel. We're talking and stuff. And I said, you know what? I would love for you guys to know where I'm at all times. And she goes, oh, well, we can. We should, you should download the 360 Life app. And I was like, what? Yeah, find out about it. Let me know. So when we went to go get oil the other day, we talked about it, and I downloaded 360 Life and then added Lisa to it, added my daughters to it, and I sent the links to all of my immediate family. Now, what 360 app is like, if they make themselves visible, but I told them don't because every time they get home and every time they leave their house, it dings on my phone. And I can't have my phone dinging while I'm filming because you guys are going to hear this ding, ding, bzz, bzz, a lot because I have 6 children. So as I'm driving, I'm thinking they're going to be able to see where I'm at all times. I mean, all times. So they won't have themselves visible unless they want to make themselves visible for me at some time. Like say, I know I'm not going to be filming that day. Well, hey, you want me to know where you're at too? Go ahead and throw it on there. And then it gives me reports every day or I can go on and look how far I drove, where I drove, what was my average speed. It gives you all that stuff. It's a really great app. And if I wasn't, filming and stuff and, and we want to know where each other are, there's little things like, hey, I'll be there. You can text one another. So in the morning, I might wake up and say, love you to all of them. And then they'll get the message and then I'll drive on, but they're going to know where I'm at every morning and every night. And one of the nice things is that it shows it on a map, and they can even scroll down on it to see streets. And there's an overlay that shows satellite image, of the topography and things. So they'll know that if they see a parking lot, I could be in the parking lot, but it works off my phone. So if I have reception and I walk, say, a mile into the woods, they're going to know right where I'm at in the woods, which is very, very good. All right. So very, very good. In case something happens, they'll know exactly where I'm at. So Jenny says, Darlene, yes, Zelle is on the App Store. Yes, it is. And I do have Zelle. Like I said, that's, but I don't believe I've ever published Zelle. Yeah. So let's see. Running Deer Outdoor Adventures is telling Big Dog was attempting a woolly bugger. Oh wow, yeah, that they're tying flies is so neat. Several times it failed first go, laugh out loud second attempt. It looks fairly good, and you'll get better and better. Yes. Yes, Emma, that is true. Running deer outdoors, that is a skill that is learned, tying flies. and you just get better and better, and then you learn to tie your own style. And I remember, even seeing on some of those older. I don't know if it was a river runs through it or what. One of the movies where he picks up a little bug that's in the creek, looks to see what it is, and then he actually ties a quick fly to look like it, and then fishes with it. What did I miss? Stitch, you missed a lot, brother. All right. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put my link up at all. At all. So let me copy that and then put that down in here. Paste. All right. So usually I wanted to talk just for a couple minutes, because I wasn't planning on having a guest on tonight. Stitch, you had asked last week. That was funny. That was funny. But so everybody's saying hi to Stitch. Yes, everybody, hi Stitch. Yes. But yeah, Stitch, you missed a lot. You definitely did. So I am, like I said, gonna the videos right now. That's where I was going with that. So I've got this Thursday. I've got tomorrow, this coming Thursday, the following Monday, all scheduled, and Tuesday all scheduled. But the Tuesday one isn't a video. Travel vlog video. That's me showing a vehicle that's outfitted and geared. It's also a Subaru Outback, and that was Roof Tent Mike that I met on my journey. So he is definitely the Flyfish Taylor Fork ones. Is that is cool. That is cool. That runs through. It was filmed on Clutterbug. Yeah. So, yes, let's see. Sorry, brother. Just finished a nice dinner with Mrs. Stitch. Yes. She probably, yes, I would think so. And eating, too, is priority over anything else, even though it doesn't look like you eat a lot. So, 2.0 fan says, I'll be sending those 30-year-old Cheetos and Doritos I showed you the other day to the YouTuber in LA Beast tomorrow in the mail. Hope he uses them in a video. I do too, brother. Yeah. I was in the store and 2.0 fan in a locker that had a lock. There was 30-year-old Doritos, and he shows a picture of them, and also you can see his comments here. Doritos and LA Beast. He was gonna LA Beast the picture of them. A different bag, and then he says he doesn't accept things anymore like that. And then he sent him a picture of the bag, and he goes, well, I would accept the dose, but he had already opened it. Oh, got it. All right. Let me know if that fixed the mic. Yes, bad mic. And hey, wait a minute. We went an hour and 48 minutes without that mic bad. That is a new record. Yep, Mike is bad, isn't he? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I know you probably did talk to text. I do that all the time. Yeah, but Mike is bad, right? So we got to pray for him. So, all right. So, it's great. Good. Perfect. Better. All good now. All righty. Yeah, it didn't mess up until Stitch got on. That's funny. No, it's a thing to do. Jenny makes it fun. Yes, Mike is bad. I thought was my phone. No, yeah, this mic, Jenny, this mic goes bad all the time. Usually it happens within an hour or me bringing people on and off. I haven't figured out what does it yet, but if nobody knows, I don't use my studio camera. I use the camera that is on. It's my phone, so I've got a cable hooked to it. Blame me, most everyone does. Yep. Well, it didn't happen. Everybody's on here can even attest to it. It didn't happen till you jumped on. So it did that so we would focus on you more, so you could come on to our live and say hi. Yes. So I can't take it all, but yes, you can. You know what? I don't know how far I'm going to end up away from you, Stitch, on the way out. But I might get out, and on the way back, I might try to come over to your area. We'll have to coordinate because that's, I think it'll be better weather too by the time I come back through there. So I'll have to plan on that too. So, hey, yes, I'm just gonna put this Sola. It's yeah, poor Stitch. Yeah. I shouldn't have picked on him. So, all right, Alice. So, hey, if anybody is not in the United States, throw a thing down there and say, I'm not in the United States, but I'm watching. Yeah. Hi, everyone. You know, I haven't, who hasn't popped on in a long time is our friend Bei Ishi that I'm subscribed to. She's over in Ethiopia. She's been on our live a couple times. She's jumped on to our live, and yeah, so I comb my beard. So tornadoes out my way right now. So don't come now. Okay. Wow. Yeah, definitely not. I have the same problem. This is my second channel. Oh, you have a channel, Jenny. Okay. And stopped lives because the mic issues when I invited my guests up. Yeah, yeah, Jenny, we'll have to check that out. Yeah. Is Jenny your channel that you have now? Oh, Wild Sweet TV, Canada. Awesome, Canada. Yeah, is it cold up there in Canada? Yeah, that's a place that I would love eventually to go to. I know last week, Small Plots, Kevin and I were asked that question: do you think you would ever come up to Canada? And we both said, "Bad Mike again." Wow. Hmm. Is he sounds fine to me? Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't go bad a second time. It's crunch cake in the mic because okay. Mic is good. PC says mic is good. Think it's fixed. Lou says, yeah, Ed James. When he says it, I was thinking he's just slow and coming on later and commenting like I missed it or something. And 2.0 phone, it isn't Tony. Yeah, right. Thank you, brother. Yeah. And says, don't blame Tony, blame me. Yeah, there you go. So, yes, but welcome, Wild Sunset TV. And if you have a channel and you subscribe to, Bay, she YouTube does cooking shows. Yes, Mary. So, yeah, and like I said, she came on, and I haven't seen her on a live lately, but I do get notifications of her videos that she puts them up, and yeah, I always like to pop on when she's puts up a video, make a comment, and say hi, my friend. Because anybody that does subscribe to my channel, I go on regularly, almost every couple of days, and I look. If you have a channel and you are putting out content, you can expect me to subscribe. Yep. Arkansas is almost a different country, Steve says. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, good, James. Thank you, James. Thumbs up from James. Good brother. Maybe lagging, James. It was crunchy. Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was at one time. But now I think we're all good. So let's see. Let's check my banners. We don't need a banner up there about the travel vlog. I think I've got, and then this is just the regular traditional one, the buy me a coffee, and um, yeah, I make some coffee in front of an abandoned steakhouse because I didn't want to make it where I slept that night, and I say the reason why I didn't want to cook or make uh, coffee there. And Emma, oh, wait till you see me grinding the coffee, the close ups and the things that I got of it. It was just beautiful. I am going to have a ton of fun on this. Trail name Crunchy Mike. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good. That may be, but yeah, eventually when I'm doing the Appalachian Trail. Oh, someone I want to have on. I was just watching his tonight. He puts out a video every Sunday night. It's Ramdino on trails. So he talks about the Appalachian Trail, and the Appalachian Trail is going big time right now. And I think we're just entering the bubble, and the bubble is when a lot of people start, and that bubble just kind of moves north. And it's a lot of hikers that are moving up the trail, 2,194 miles. And I was going to stop and try to do some trail magic. But there was things that came up along the trip that I ended up doing. But I was trying to find certain places that when I leave in a couple, when I leave to do the big one, I want to do trail magic on the Appalachian Trail before I head out west. All right. So, and that I'll need to find a place to, like a dollar store or something like that, because I'll stock up right before I go to it with some stuff, and anything that doesn't go away, I'll be eating because I'm going to continually need to do that stuff. Yeah, rock hounding in Arkansas. Yes, 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 Carl. Okay, here we go. Question from Emma Brown. Yes, do you have a set date of departure yet? If already mentioned, I missed it. So I'm even this recording is pre-recorded. I'm literally already gone. So I'm crossing over a couple. No, I'm just kidding. But I was just playing. So to make people think, wait, I thought this was live. How's he answering my questions? So I am going to be I am going to be leaving. I don't know exactly what date, but I can't leave until after the 4th. I have something planned on the 4th of March to be somewhere after the 4th, Saturday the 4th. And it's all part of it, but I don't know exactly what day. I don't know if I'll leave on the 4th because the thing that I want to do is happening on the 4th. It can't happen until after the 4th. And I don't want to say what it is because it's going to be part of the channel thing as we go. So I don't know the exact day, but I will probably, you know what, Emma? I'll probably put that in our in the Patreon. Emma's a Patreon member, and that's maybe something I can let you guys know on Patreon that what exact day I'm leaving. I just don't want to. I don't want to say, oh, I'm leaving this day because not out of fear or anything, just because the videos, like right now, we're scheduled out to the 8th. All right. So I'm going to be leaving before the 8th because I'm going to be making videos so that I can put out a video on Monday to take place on Monday Night Live, and then one on Thursday. So Mondays and Thursdays. And I might have some videos in between. I just haven't really figured out that schedule yet. All right. So long answer to a short question. All right. So 2.0 fan says, are you a morning person or more of a night owl, especially when it comes to working on editing your videos? So I am not I'm an all the time person. I'm a very fluctuating person. If I can sleep in, you better believe I'm sleeping in. If I have to do something and I can stay up, you can better believe I stay up if I got to get something done. So I was up on Tuesday. I was up till 3:30 in the morning, and that morning I got up at 6:50. So wait, yeah, Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night. Okay, so Tuesday morning I got up at 6:50, did all that, filmed all that, but I had 2 videos to make that day because I filmed a whole separate thing for a whole different day, and that's on the 9th. That'll be airing on the 9th. That's that vehicle. But so I went to bed at 3:30 because I uploaded and then went to bed. No, that night it was not 3:30. It was 1:30. I'm sorry. So I went to bed at 1:30, but then I got up at 6:30 that morning. Yeah, and then the next day, Tuesday night, I went to bed at 3:30, and that I was woke up by a knock on the window, and it was literally a knock on the window. Just like 2.0 Studio Tony did, but I was eating then. This time I was snoring. I don't know if you heard me, Lou, but I was snoring. Lou said he circled the vehicle a couple times and wasn't sure and if it was me in there. I was planning on being awake, but he was my wake up call that morning. Yes, he was. Yeah, but even like last night, I videoed Mail Monday last night, and I had to have it up before tomorrow. And I was editing, and I was literally bobbing for apples. I was going, and I eventually got it to the very end. I didn't put the credits or anything on there, and I set the phone down on the charger, and I went to bed and got up this morning and finished it. But I did notice that because I was out on the road doing things. If you notice excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, I get tired. But if you notice on Thursday night's video, it ends like Tony 2.0 out. And then the music never faded out. I didn't fade the music out, but I ended it when I said 2.0 out. Now that's within usually about 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds, I sign off and I'm out, and then the music runs some of the credits, and then it fades and it goes away. End the video. I forgot to end the video, the music, and it runs out a black screen for an hour and 52 minutes or something like that. So, which is kind of good and kind of not, but it just shows that as I get tired, I'm gonna make more mistakes on the road than I do in the studio when I'm editing, because I'm editing out on the road. Now, I did not make my thumbnails or anything, or just descriptions. I didn't do that until I got home, and I don't have a coffee, so I forgot to make coffee before I got on here. All right, so I'm gonna move on. Get that banner off of there. No banner, and back to comics. Okay, are you going to eventually be in Wisconsin? Jenny, I think I'd come up to Wisconsin just for the cheese. Yes, I don't know. if not on my trip out west, I do plan on this becoming. You know what? I'm going to see where this takes us over the next 2 months. I have a feeling that, and Dave and I talked about this, we may not recognize Random Adventures 2.0 because pre-stroke was one thing, videos, and then stroke videos, then camping videos, and gearing up and camping, and now travel vlogging. I'm not sure what it's going to do, and it's very random, and I'm just going to continue to follow the Lord. It's his channel, and whatever he wants to do with it, he will do with it. So I don't know what we're doing. So Jenny, I might come up there, and I'm looking at historical locations, or maybe I'm a cheese eater and I'm going around competition eating cheese, and I got to stop in Wisconsin for my first cheese video of. Oh, and I do love Cooper Sharp cheese. I love cheese, and I was getting Cooper Sharp cheese the other day, and the girl said, "Have you ever had hot pepper cheese?" I love hot pepper cheese. That's my second favorite. I said, "Oh, give me half a pound." So I have less than a half a pound in the refrigerator behind me. Okay. Hey, Jeff. Jeff says, God bless. And let's see. All right. I don't. There we go. I can't pronounce the name, so I'm going to put it up on there. Red. I can't. Red face. I'm not sure what that is. So, anyhow, and see, that's where I need a moderator. God bless you. Tony says, Jeff, let's see. No, Big Dog's just a gamer tag I use. Yeah, Lou. Yep. Yeah. You'll hear Lou's first name when I open the door because he woke me up. He startled me so much. I said Rob. And then when we redid it again so I could get it on film, I was like, oh my gosh, I said your name. He says, oh, that Lou Silver, that's fine. He said, Lou Silver is my, gamer name. And I was like, oh, okay, good. And so Jeff says, Tony, come to California, redwoods, tallest trees in the world, and 30 miles from me. Yeah, actually, Dave, my friend Dave in Arizona that's out there right now, we actually talked about doing the redwoods, and I actually talked to my son, Jonathan. Well, let me tell you that story. So, all right, that I was going to tell you earlier on when I said about the cross. So when I said about the cross that I have in the car from Rick and Tanya, so it's in there, and I was going to say it's on my dash. It is on my dash. It was wrote on my dash for a little while, but right now, because I pulled something off of my dash and put it in a little cubby hole while I'm just driving around and not actually going on the trip yet, or on the journey, I pulled that down and I put the cross on top of it. And what is that? All right. So the other day, last Thursday, not this Thursday, the Thursday before, when I did the video of me out on the reservoir. Well, I did the February Stealth Camping Alliance hashtag water challenge, February water challenge. So, which I wasn't thinking about doing until I got there, and was in the middle of filming. And I said, "Oh, there Stealth Camping Alliance has one." So, but anyhow, I had while I was loading up the car for that trip, I remembered my dad's ashes are on the mantle. Now, not all of his ashes, but a part of his ashes that were given to me. The rest of his ashes are in Arlington Cemetery, down in there. But I have a small urn or urn of his ashes, and I have a little box that they're in. So While I was loading up the car for that video, I came across, just boom, there they were in front of me, and I'm not even sure they were in the same place I had them at. But I picked them up. Now, prior to my dad passing away years and years earlier, hey, Susie, how you doing? Hey, God bless you, brother. Love your channel. I'm just going to put this up because I can't pronounce that because it's so quick and I'm on a thought. Oh, Bundy 0006. Yes, God bless you. Thank you for coming on. So I grabbed my dad's ashes, and she says, "Come." So grab my dad's ashes, and I'm walking him out to the car because 20 years earlier, I don't know if y'all have ever heard the song "Cats in the Cradle." Dad, when you're coming home, and then it turns into son when you're coming home. That song has been one of my strong. Now, my parents were divorced, and that's why that one affects me a lot because I didn't grow up with my dad around, but my stepdad. But that's a whole different story. Oh, nice, brothers. I'm just gonna put this up here. So when for 20 years ago, I was trying to coordinate because I had young kids at the time, and my dad was not too far away, but we didn't get a chance to talk too much in person, face to face, because I became busy. And then it became the son when you get a chance. So, but I was trying to coordinate at one point. If he met me somewhere, pick a spot, Dad. Pick a spot. We'll try to get together and we'll come together and have a weekend together. And that's what I thought of as I was holding his ashes. And I decided at that point he's going with me. He's going to go across country with me, and it's going to be our time together. I know he's not in there, but I'm going to put him up on the dash so he can see, right? He's got a way better view than I do. But the next morning, I took a picture of him on my dash, and I sent it to my son. Jonathan. I said, "Hey, look, Jonathan, I'm taking Grandpa along with me. I'm taking my dad with me. We're going on a trip. He's going to go with me across country. That trip we never got to do together." And I texted him. And I said, "Hey, we got to get together sometime soon. Before you're taking my ashes around on your dash." LOL. Tried to make it soft. But him and I talked. And when you mentioned about the big redwoods, he's got some time off coming up in the military. And he's like, "Hey, Dad, I've got some time. Maybe I can try to coordinate something and I can fly out and meet you. And we can go see the redwoods or something." Because I told him I wanted to go see this giant sequoias. Because I planted one once. It was growing up in front of someone's house, and I was a landscaper, and he wanted to get rid of it, so I bought him a plant. That tree's got a trunk on it that big around, and I saw it not too long ago, and it is huge, huge, huge. Now, it's not the giant, it's in the same family. It's a redwood, Dawn redwood. But yeah. So I don't know if that's going to work out, but I know he's got a lot of time, so when I get back, we're already talking about doing a trip together and doing something together. Lou says Jonathan is a stand-up guy. Yeah, if you guys haven't met Jonathan, he was here for the ball drop for New Year's Eve. He is in the Space Force, so he's no longer in the Army. He was in there for 5.5 years, and now he is part of the new Space Force. And I wanted to get him to come on so that I told him the other week, I said, "You got to come on. You got to tell us how everybody's making fun of the Space Force, and if you've heard any good jokes, what the other branches of service are saying about you guys. Yeah, I was thinking of Cat Stevens' father and son song. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Neat. Jenny D. Let's see. Oh, my kids and myself took my husband's ashes on a trip to go hiking. It's therapeutic. I talk with my mom all the time, too. Jenny, if you ever want to give me a look, well, write this down here. Banner. And this goes for anyone on here. So that is my email. So it's not somebody took 2.0, so I had to do my favorite number. So if anybody want to know my favorite number, it's 927. And so Jenny, shoot me a text or shoot me a email and let me know your contact information, and then or just I can email you back and give you my contact information, and you can always then shoot me a text or something like that. I'd like to talk to you on the phone and maybe pray with you. Definitely. And sorry for your loss, loss of your husband. I thank you for sharing that with us. Definitely. Jeff, thank you very much, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, and good to see you. Giant sequoias are not near me. They have largest trunks. I'm near coast redwoods, not quite as large trunks, much taller. Tallest is 390 feet. Oh my goodness. Yeah, giant sequoias. Yeah, I guess there's some sequoias in the somewhere else. Dave was saying we might try to go to see giant sequoias somewhere because where I was going to be in Phoenix area, that area, it was going to be a 13-hour drive. And I know my friend and his wife are leaving possibly April 1st to come back this way. So everybody, let's welcome Drew, who was here earlier, stepped away, and he's back again. All right. So, yeah, welcome back, Drew. Hey, Big Dog's still on here, too. Yes. All right. So there's 48 people on here still, actually. Yeah, God bless. Ashes and memories are just as great. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Jeep Stuff says, question. Yep. God has never been a part of my life, but I'm open to the unknown. Any advice where to start? I would say, brother, start by sending me an email. How's that? And then also, I will be praying for you, but I'd love to talk to you. And keep watching and join our Facebook family page. And then in about a week, you'll be able to go on into the praise and prayer. And but there is a bunch of things I could share with you, but I would love to do that one-on-one with you. And if you're truly seeking, start calling out to him, even though you don't know him. Just start praying and say, God, I want to know you better. I want to know you're real. And anyone who seeks him will find him. So, but I want to help you to understand what that's all about. And as he gives you more insight into it. But it's a great journey. You wouldn't even recognize me in my BC days. I say before Christ. So, but yes, and everybody, let's just continue to pray for Jeep Stuff. Pray for him. Yes, and welcome to the family, and definitely, and I'll reach out to you in an email. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is going to be great. And then I'm looking forward to definitely talking with you and stuff and getting to know you a little better. All right. So Jenny says, that's how I started. And it took years before I understood. And, if, I'm going to say this right now that I used to read the Bible before I knew him, right? I used to read it and didn't understand it because the word wasn't in me yet to give me that understanding. Yeah, so scripture says that God is the word, and the word became flesh, and now he dwelt among us. So when you receive Christ, you're actually receiving the word. So after I didn't understand until I asked Jesus to come into my life, and then he begins to teach you. And then Lisa and I did it at the same exact time. If you guys want to see my testimony, hear my testimony, Green Hubs that was on here earlier, he has a channel. Go over to Green Hubs, and he asked me all kind of awesome questions, and I get to share my testimony. But literally, when I would pick up the Bible and I wanted to. You know where I started, which was one of the things that drove Lisa and I to seeking more, was we started in Revelations. Probably not a good idea, but we heard, hey, the world's going to end, the Antichrist and all this stuff. And we're curious, right? So that's where we started. And but we didn't stay on there too long. That was all part of the steps. I want to say that there is a time where he is calling you more and more, and you'll know because you keep getting drawn in, and there's little things that will start to happen. Don't ignore them. Receive them. Even though you don't understand them right now, you will get the understanding. There was things that I had no clue or understanding of, but once I prayed and received Jesus as my personal Savior, I all of a sudden got understanding. It's like, then I would read the same verse and be like, wow, I understand. I know exactly what he's talking about now. And that's a whole process. And there's many that can give testimony to that. And if this was church, I'd say, can I get an amen? So give me an amen down there in the comments if you want to, because it says where two or more are gathered, he is there in the midst. So I think there's more than two people. Yeah, we still got 44 people watching. Yeah. Oh, we just got 42. We dropped 2. And so here we go. Jeep Stuff says all good advice. It's just something that has never been a part of my life. Yeah, and that it's actually probably been not a part of your life. And there's absolutely a lot of people that it hasn't been. But I'll tell you what, I think that there's a lot of people that I'm going to come across on this journey because there's so many people praying. And I do want to say that people have been coming out of the woodwork. I mean, I ran into people that there's no way on earth I should have run into them. No way whatsoever. And no way should we have began to speak about the things we're speaking about, unless it was God was putting me in their path or them in my path. It was mutual. And it's amazing. So as we travel across the United States and America, I'm really excited to see what God does and see what he has in store for us. I have no clue. It's random. Okay, so let's see. Oh, let me see this. It's true. Building a relationship with Jesus. Building a relationship with Jesus is an amazing experience. Praying for you, your Jeep Stuff. Absolutely, absolutely. So, we're getting some amens in the house. Amen, 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 amen. So this is cool. I don't know if y'all realize when I was on with Small Plots, I clicked on something and went up on the screen. I was like, oh, I can do that. Yep. So that's how I'm putting things up. So Drew says, when you had your stroke, Were you ever scared? How did that chapter impact your faith? All right. So, one, I do want to say that when I had the stroke, I wasn't afraid of dying, if that's what you're asking, because I know where I'm going to be because God's word tells me. And I believe that because I feel the confirmation. I just know. In fact, that's one of the, evangelical questions that is a good starter is that, you want to talk, you're talking with someone and you feel led. And I always say you've got to feel led. At least that's always been for me. But when I ask the question, hey, do you know where you're going to be when you die? Hebrews 9:27 says it's appointed unto men once to die, then this is judgment. Do you know where you're going to spend eternity? It's one of the 5 E's, if I remember correctly. And that's a pondering question because a lot of people are like, I don't know. Well, you can know because we're meant to know, right? Because and then you kind of help them understand that. But yeah. So I wasn't afraid or scared. Because God has given us a spirit of fear, but I was worried or concerned that, say, like for my wife, things like that, that they weren't that I was going to miss saying something to them if I died. I could have died. I had a major stroke. It wasn't a light stroke, and stroke survivors never quit. So I saw that on a hashtag. And as far as me, how did that chapter impact my faith? I don't want to say it made my faith any stronger or any weak. I already had a very strong faith, but what it did, I believe God's been working in my life for a long time now. Dave can attest to this. Him and I were cleaning a church together at one time back 30 years ago because I received Jesus as my personal savior in August of 1991. So it's been a long time, and there's a calling on my life. And I believe there's still a calling on my life. It's just that when I answered the call in that church, I drew a circle in prayer, and I stepped inside that circle, and I cried out to God, and I said, everything in this circle, it's going to serve you. Use me, Lord. Use me. And he did. And I believe the stroke is part of that calling. I do believe. I believe he's opening a different door. So, and I believe that the YouTube channel, it was not really, it wasn't to share my faith or anything like that. I just got an impression on my mind. The one day I was driving, the opening of that video, I think, even talks about it. I was at a red light and I put the thing on the dash and, hey, I think I'm going to start an adventure YouTube channel. And I pulled away and the phone fell off, and that's where it all started. And that started about a week and a half prior to that. Just different things going on, maybe a little longer. It was just being impressed on my heart, but I didn't think it was a God thing. I just thought, I'm going to start an adventure channel and film things. And but the more things have gone along, that's all it's been. It was growing that way, and then I had the stroke. And I think it hasn't affected my faith, but I think it's made my faith stronger. Because I can see his hand has been working in it for quite some time. And if the last 3 videos, 2 of them you haven't seen yet, but my 3-day trip is any indication of what it's going to be like and how things are going to progress, I'm going to say hang on tight, because we're going to go for a ride, and a good one. The state of this country, people are looking just I don't know how actively you've been seeking Jeep stuff or anything like that, and I'm not singling you out, but you just got us on this conversation, which is, I think, from the Lord. So, but yeah, I think you are not the only one that is questioning right now. All right. So I think right now, the whole United States is going to be seeking the Lord because of all the things that are happening and stuff. And I think they started some time ago, and I think it's only going to continue to build. And as Christians, Scripture says, we're to encourage one another, and that's that's really cool. When I was standing on a natural bridge, now this isn't in the video, but Taylor, if I could ever have him come on, but he's a young Christian, and he was he had a Sony camera and stuff, and I believe I talk about it a little bit in the video, but I don't get any of this. Him and I were in tears underneath, and that was a God ordained meeting. I should have never been standing there because, you guys are going to see exclusive footage never seen before on YouTube. On that next Thursday, because I'm giving as a non-employee special privilege. All right. A privilege that is only the Lord could do. Only the Lord could do. But as you guys know, as my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, you know that we're supposed to encourage one another. So he's a Christian, right? But he's been struggling. Like a lot of Christians, we struggle. And we're not perfect. We're not. There's only one person that's perfect, and that's Jesus, right? And one of the things that him and I were talking about, he would get discouraged in things like that. And I said, and he would question certain things because of his past. And I said, hey, I said, as Christians, who wants to make us discouraged? Who wants to make you feel that way? The enemy. God would never want you to think that. So stop thinking it. Because you know why he's making you think that? Because you're going down this rabbit hole. And if you're going down that rabbit hole, who's going to want to come up and ask for the hope that lies within you? Who's going to ask for the hope that lies with you and if you're worried about tomorrow? Hey, let's worry about today. Today's got enough problems of its own, right? But God takes care of those things. And so what this question here, do you go to church and will you be going to different churches along the way? Yeah, right now, no, I'm not attending a physical church. All right. What churches do represent, and they are a church is where you go to get refueled, to go out in the world. Our call is to go out into the world and to preach the gospel. All right. So right now, currently, no, I'm not associated in church, but I have been inspired to stop at churches along the way, if at all possible, because I would like them to come along and to be praying. There is one church that I actually just tried to stop at the other day. It's a church that I'm very, very, very familiar with. In fact, Pastor Ebby and I haven't gotten a chance to talk in a little while, but I want to get with him because he's a prayer warrior, and I want him and his church to be praying for me as we travel. Yes, but answer that question. Yes, I do plan on trying to get out to churches along the way, and one to give testimony too. I used to do the work of an evangelist in a lot of churches and stuff, and yeah. It took a long time to find a good church. So many are teaching or holding the scriptures. Yes, holding back. You preach it, Emma. Yeah, it says in the end times they'll be, preaching towards itching ears. They want to a lot of time not preach the word of God, and it does become a little hard to find a good church. But when you find one, man, it's amazing when you find a good church family, and they become stronger than your own family a lot of times. They do, believe it or not. But not anything against real families, but your church family is just, it's, I don't know. I want to say it's just different. It really, really is. I've been blessed by my church family for many years, many, many years. Like I said, it's, and then when you move, it really is hard to find, a place to land again. And not that I haven't found a church, but I'm still in the process of looking. And but I'm going to be gone for 2 months. So let's see. All right. Here's some advice from Brother Jeff. Just praying and giving back thanks to the Lord. God will improve your life in amazing ways. Amen. 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 No, never apologize. This isn't off topic. believe it or not, this is right up my alley. This is what I love to talk about. I love to talk about Tony and Random Adventures 2.0 too. But Jeep stuff, no, I would say that would be the enemy. Don't get discouraged about that, because I am glad you brought this up. I really, really am. And if this wasn't for you, just you're asking the question, there's somebody that's listening, and you know who you are, or and so if it's you, maybe it's not Jeep stuff. Maybe and that's the Holy Spirit tugging at your heart right now. Yep. Go ahead. You can cry. You can cry. But I'll tell you what. That is my email down here. He will be up on the screen. My email, and if that's you, okay. Now this is a plea, not to Jeep stuff, but if this is you, or that he's talking to, and you feel like he's talking to, you don't know where to turn, right? You have no clue. I can tell you right now, Jesus is calling you, all right? And I think he's been calling you for a long time, and you know it, don't you? Yeah, you know it. But something inside saying, don't, right? Well, I can tell you what, until I received Jesus as my personal Savior, it was the hardest decision I ever made, until I made it. Once I made it, I was like, oh my gosh, this was the easiest thing I've ever done. All right? So reach out to me in the email and tell me it's me. And if you want me to give you a call, put your phone number in and we can pray together and talk together. I can answer your questions. All right? I don't care if it's tonight yet. So it could be anytime. It's amazing. It's really truly is amazing. So Tony, how can we be praying for you? Well, let's see that my eyes, as it gets later, they get a little blurry. But Tony Drew asks, how can we be praying for you? Do you have any specific prayer requests right now leading into this trip? One, travel mercies will be one. I'll give you a couple. Travel mercies, okay? Just a hedge of protection of me as I travel. Number two, Miss 2.0, that you continue to pray for her. A hedge of protection around her and I together. But her, you guys know, there's going to be the adversary loves to work throw those thoughts, and we've got to do spiritual warfare, which is putting on the full armor of God daily. And I know I'm going to have to do that. And I'm not going to be here to be able to help her to filter through some of those things. But the adversary hates what we're about to do. He hates it with a passion. So definitely pray for me for travel mercies, too, for Lisa as I'm gone, just for her. But we're going to be talking all the time. And then the third one is just that he provides, right? As I step out in faith, just that he provides as we go forward, and that that I'm sensitive to the Holy Spirit, because that's what I believe why I met. Oh, I must have met over 20 people that I know God directed that we were supposed to meet. Absolutely. So I would say those three things. Yes. Thank you for asking. God bless you, brother. Let me just scroll back up here because the comments went flying. All right. Tony, I haven't stepped foot in a church in probably 4 years. It's more personal reasons. Yes. And a lot of people feel like that. And it might not be the right church. And as far as, I mean, as long as you're getting filled, as long as you're not becoming ineffective as a Christian in your personal life, right? And things like that. That's going forward. Then if, like I was saying, a church is really so you can plug in somewhere because you've got a gift, right? Someone else has a gift. No one person has all the gifts, right? That's only one, the Jesus Christ. He's the only one that's got all of the gifts. We as Christians, some do the work of evangelism, some are hospitality. There's the gifts that make up the body of Christ. So the church is the body of Christ where we all come together. So one, like the hand can't do it all. The foot's got to carry the word of God, right? But the hand is the hug on. So we all do our part within a church. So church, in a sense, is not, the enemy's made the word church so bad, right? So when people say church, well, I don't want to be any part of a church. Well, no, I don't either in that sense, but I do want to come together with fellow believers, my brothers and sisters, right, in Christ, who I can be with and encourage and be encouraged and strengthen one another up. I liken it to as a gas station, right? You go up on Sunday, you get filled up with gas, and then you go out into the week and run out all your gas. You need filled up again. Well, maybe your car doesn't get as good a mileage, so you got to go on Wednesdays nights too and Sunday nights. All right, so to fill your car up to get full. So yes, you go. Yeah, a lot of people don't, and it's fine as long as you're getting reading your word, and it's a personal relationship. Your relationship, it's a personal relationship with Jesus, and if if you're not doing the work He's called you to do, you don't need someone else to tell you. You already know. Right? So, yeah. So let's see. Okay. Few. Oh, I hate to leave. Okay, but my brain issue is having turn off the sound. I'll be. All right. God bless you, brother. And give me a call if you want to talk to. You can give me a call tonight, tomorrow. Definitely give me a call. I'd like to pray with you. and for that issue too. All right. See new comments. Ooh, boy, they just jumped down there. Um, yeah. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, old Kraken dated. Yes. And thank you, Drew. I'm gonna put that up on there. Absolutely. Thank you very much. So Drew, I really appreciate that, and amen, Drew, Jenny says, and well, we got 49 people still watching. It's 2:44. All right, so I am going to say goodnight very, very soon. So, does anybody have any last questions that they want to ask me? Feel free to ask. I don't know. Did we get through? I think we did. No, we didn't. So I came. One thing about Skyline Drive, and let's go till a 3 hour mark. But one thing about Skyline Drive. So I'm on Skyline Drive. I didn't realize it's 105 miles. So I get off of it, and I finally find that Cracker Barrel. Then so I pull up to the Cracker Barrel. I go in, and I just want to double check with them because I know it said in a little app that I have, RV Parky. Let me put that in my comments. It's an app called RV Parky. Parky, right? Yeah, RV Parky. So that is an app. Wow, it's spinning. I hit send up. There we go. That was slow. So RV Parky is an app, and it tells you pretty much where doesn't allow parking. All the Cracker Barrels do. Walmart's, it has them on there, but you actually tap on the little link, and it pops up and it says, nope, this one doesn't allow you to. And so it tells you which Walmarts you can or cannot park in. But all the Cracker Barrels you can. And I went to my very first Cracker Barrel that night, went in. So when I go in, when I go in, I want to use their bathroom, things like that. And I go to the thing to get seated because I want to have a cup of coffee because I want to talk to them. So I go have a cup of coffee, and the waitress walks up, and I said, hey, I'm just going to have a cup of coffee. I hope that's okay. She said, absolutely. And I said, hey, real quick question. I heard you could park overnight here. And she says, yeah, there's RV parking. Just pull around back. There's RV parking right in the back. You can park there overnight. And I said, even if you're in a car? She goes, absolutely, you can. And I said, great. I'm going to take you up on that. Thank you so much. So I drank a cup of coffee. I made a couple of phone calls quick, and then I came out, and there was water all over the windshield because it rained while I was in there. I wasn't in there very long because they closed at 9, and I got there 20 minutes to 9. But as I was sitting there finishing the coffee, I said, hey, can I have the bill? And she goes, no, she says, that's on us. You just had a cup of coffee. I was like, oh my goodness, such a blessing. So I had a real good coffee before I went to bed, which was probably the wrong thing to do, but I did go right to sleep. But it gave me enough energy to edit. John says, good night, Tony. Have to go. I'm praying for you. The 2.0 family and everyone who is asking for prayers, John says. And John is the one who sent me the Louisiana spices that I've been taking along. So, John, I really appreciate you, brother. Good night. And thank you for your prayers, too. Let's see here. Good night. All like a prom dress at night. Oh, okay. Big dog. He's got jokes. All right. Good night, big dog. We'll talk to you later. And hope you're hanging in there and doing good. And we're going to continue to pray for you. Night, John. Good night. Good night. Well, everybody's saying good night. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to say good night too. I was going to go see if we can hit the 3-hour mark, but that's only 10 minutes away. But let me just take a drink real quick. Good night, Steve. Good night. Lots of love from Arkansas Swamp Country. Arkansas Swamp Country? I never knew that. Prayers from South Arkansas. Carry on, friends. Good night, all, says Emma. Good night, says Frank. Good night, says Mary. Good night, Mary. Good night, Johnny D. Torres. Good night, Lou. All right, good night, all, and good night. Yeah, we still got 44, so we're not going to say, oh, good night. Good night, Canada. Yep, yes, it is. It is an awesome community, and you guys, yeah. I can't wait for more and more people to experience all of us and all of you guys. I am truly blessed to be a part of you guys and you a part of the channel. Good night, Darlene. Good night, Carl. Nobody's going to say good night, Sue Ellen. Good night, John Boy. I don't know if my son Jonathan's watching, but good night, Jonathan. All right. So, hey, everyone. Thanks for coming along on another Sunday night. Here we go, says Darlene. Yep. But, hey, good night, KN. All right. Good night, Stitch. All righty. Okay. Good night, Emma Brown. All right. So, hey, thanks a lot for coming along. Hey, remember, tomorrow is Mail Monday. Don't forget to tune in. And, yes, Drew's got it. Cue that music. I wish I had a tape recorder. Dun, dun, dun. So, but yes, cue that music. All right. So, hey, Tony here, Random Adventures 2.0. Remember, it's one adventure at a time. And Tony 2.0 out. All right. Good night, everyone. And we'll see you. Oh, don't forget, next Thursday is a great video. Good night, Lou 2.0. Yeah, it was Lou 2.0 out the other night, right? I couldn't say it because I still had to drive. All right. See you guys. Bye, Jenny. Thanks for jumping on tonight, Jenny. I greatly appreciate your first time on here. All right. Good night,